All right, what's up, people? Um, this one should be somewhat interesting because what you have going on is you got to go back to again. I'm doing 9 9s, which means you always want everything in context. So read in context what's actually going on here. And so there is a plague of locusts that are attacking. And 9 9 is a verse that describes kind of like how powerful they are. Like, this is what they got going on for them. Now, if you remember back, way back in Exodus, I think it was like chapter 10, verses 14 to 15. I think that's where we get the Mosaic plague of the locusts. Do I think these two are connected? Actually, I'm going to make an interesting argument here. I'm going to say that no, I don't actually think that whoever wrote the Apocalypse of John was referring to that plague of Moses writings. At least if he was, it was obliquely. It was not something that was front and center. And what I think this shows, and I'm one of these weird motherfuckers that when you understand my theory of like the composition of the New Testament, etc., I give early dates to certain books and really late dates to others. I think Hebrews is early. I think the Apocalypse of John is early. And I think it is centered. It talks a lot about Rome, but I think whoever wrote this, I don't think it doesn't have to be John of Patmos. I don't know who it was, but whoever wrote it, I think had a mindset that was heavily steeped in a certain, how should I put this, agriculture. Because the thing is, in Rome, you don't have locust problems. That's endemic to like certain areas. So I think that kind of identifies the author as being somebody who is in the area of the original, like the Palestinian Jesus movement, the OG movement. I think Revelation is, when it mentions, the number of the beast is a name, and we know it's Nero, that dates it right there. So when did Nero rule? Because the author is treating it as though he's alive. So look at when Nero died. That's your late date for this book. Okay, that's your late date. I didn't look it up, but I think you're going to be surprised. I go for early Hebrews, early Apocalypse of John. I know it's Revelation, but whatever. We call it whatever we want to fucking call it, because this is a comic book and we can rename those anytime we want. But yeah, so enjoy that. Food for fucking thought, food for research. I do not believe this is connected to the Exodus story at all. I think it's just a common thing that happens in certain areas, because I don't think there's a parallel there that equates to the Old Testament, the book of Exodus, the plagues, because you don't see no frogs in Revelation. I think this is something different. I think that the idea of the locust is an idea of basically plague or destruction, or like, crops getting eaten up before anything can, like, recreate. So that's what I think the author was going for. I don't think he was going for a parallel with Exodus. That's just me.